Welcome back to the Nightly Review. In tonight's one-on-one conversation, we hear from one of two men who claim the title chairman of the Republican Party in Clay County. Edwin Hahn says he's the party chair, even though in late March, the state Republican Party in Minnesota announced Hahn was voted out of the position by the local executive board. I first asked Hahn to explain his version of events that happened in late March.
The issue became that there was an infiltrator that got into our organization that was really someone who is not for the people, but really an extension of a political machine, the party operative, we might call it, who built an alliance within our executive committee and then convinced them to hold an illegitimate meeting in a locked closet in the Moorhead Public Library, which they, in the matter of 3 minutes, decided and voted that I was not chair and ended the meeting. There's a 3-minute long meeting. They did not follow the Constitution. They did not follow our party rules and our bylaws, and it basically was an illegitimate meeting. However, because it was colluded with the various highest levels of the executive members of the Minnesota GOP, then there was affirmation that this was legitimate. So now we're in this position where, there's one person that claims to be a chair, and then we have, myself, the legitimate chair, and this battle that wages on, not really about the chairmanship, but about the corruption and the political machine, which we call the Republican Party of Minnesota leadership, which is only a handful. It's only 2 or 3 people who are making these decisions for the entire state. And I just want to touch on this. We can go a little deeper, but this is not exclusive to Clay County. This is happening all across the state of Minnesota. About 18 different counties have now been impacted by this kind of overreach.
Now, the party at the state level and Rod Johnson, the man they say is the county party chair, accuse you of erratic behavior and conduct unbecoming. And they say those are the reasons why you were voted out of leadership. What is your response to those accusations?
Well, they're trying to paint a picture and create a narrative for their benefit. I think that they've been able to leverage some of the leftist radical press that has come out against us regarding our stand for the Constitution, our stand for human rights, which we did this last summer and fall, coming against the unconstitutional mask mandates that were put down through the government, through the school system, and also the unconstitutional vaccine mandates, which were put down through the governance and through corporate, and which we now can see that finally justice is finally being being heard, that the courts have now overturned any mask mandates regarding federal public transportation, air travel, any of that nature. And of course, the vaccine mandates have been put on a hiatus or hold as well through most every federal and private organization, because it's deemed to be unconstitutional. But the point is that they're trying to paint a picture that I'm some kind of radical, off the handle, crazy person. That's just simply not true.
How many members of the county party now would you say are backing you, and what is your plan for moving forward? And will we see more legal skirmishes over control of the party at the county level?
So we have to remember that the Republicans of Clay County membership is actually anyone who subscribes to the values of the Republican Party and they live in Clay County. So it's not as if you have to hold some membership card, you have to come and apply and pay a dues, anything of that nature. You simply have to be a conservative person who, again, subscribes to the values of the Republican Party, like the right to life, limited government, financial and fiscal responsibility, things of this nature. And so the vast majority of Republicans within Clay County are backing me. We have a very small group. We call it a coffee clutch, basically, that is the Establishment Social Club, which is made up of probably, what do they have? About 7 members, and then a handful of backers behind them who actually have instigated this whatever we want to call it, this kind of a fake coup d'etat. And so to answer your question, Tom, yes, we have the vast majority of folks behind us, and you can see that. as we were able to hold the convention, the county convention, on March 26th.
And I'd like to thank Edwin Hahn for joining me for tonight's one-on-one conversation. Hahn says he'll continue to push for having Republican delegates selected in the district this year to serve as official representatives at the upcoming conventions at the district and state levels. The state Republican Party has announced delegates selected in 2020 will act as representatives. Well, that will do it for this Friday night, April 22nd, 2022. I'm Tom Tucker. Thanks for watching the Nightly Review, and have a great weekend.